find your perfect match? How can you find the perfect person for you? Your dream girl, your dream man, the person that you've been always dreaming about, that you know when you meet them, you're going to feel happy, you're going to feel fulfilled, you're going to feel like you just won the jackpot. Okay, and I know, especially if you are a successful person, you don't want to settle. You don't want to just choose someone that isn't what you want. You want a top 1% partner. You want a top 1% woman. You want a top 1% man. You want someone that is your dream person, that is your everything you've ever asked about. You're waking up in the morning and you're like, okay, pinch me. Is this really my life? Am I really with someone that is everything I've ever asked for? And you are just a person that wants the best. You've been doing this with yourself, with your career. You've been, educating yourself. You've been getting a job that was better and better. You've been more successful in the last years. You've been building your career, you've been building your success. And now when it's time to have a relationship, to maybe have a family, or maybe to just find your partner, your life partner, you're like, okay, I want to be with my dream person. So let's talk today about how you can do it, how you can find your perfect match, how you can find your dream partner. Okay? And no, I'm not gonna tell you to just settle for someone. I heard so many of my clients coming to me and were like, I was so upset because I worked with other coaches who told me, well, a top 1% partner? Why do you need that? Just settle for someone who wants you. And my clients were like, I couldn't believe that I'm listening to this. Like, I couldn't believe that the other dating coach was like telling me, just settle. She wants you, he wants you, just settle. And I get you. I get you because I have been in your shoes. I also had dating coaches or coaches who are like, well, just settle. She wants you, he wants you. Why do you need someone who is like special, who's everything you dreamed of? And again, I'm not gonna tell you what that is, even if I sometimes say keywords. I'm just throwing it here, but like keywords like, okay, this person needs to be successful, good looking, or whatever. I'm not telling you what you should be looking for. You yourself already know, okay? But I'm here to tell you that no, you don't need to settle. You don't need to settle um, with someone that actually is not what you want, okay? And I heard so many times, women saying, okay, I mean, I want to be with a successful man who has at least the same earning like me, but maybe I should settle. Or also men telling me, I want to be with a woman that actually is respectful, is communicating respectfully, that doesn't emasculate me and disrespects me on daily basis, but yeah, let me just settle because I don't want to be alone. So a lot of people do that, but I know if you're listening, you're not the type of person. You're like, I really want to be with my dream person that has all the characters I want, whatever that is, that you only yourself know. I honestly encourage you to write down all the characters you want. And you don't want to settle down. You don't want to be with someone that isn't what you want. And it's like it's like this itch nearly in your head where you're like, I know I should be with someone who I really want to be with. Like, I know I shouldn't settle. Like, I know I can have it better. I know that this is not what I want. And again, I'm just drawing here some keywords. Maybe you want something else, but like, I want to be with a woman or a man who respects me. Okay, I want to be with a woman or a man that is actually educated. And this is never about shaming anyone, because honestly, dating isn't charity. Like, oh, you're so poor and not educated. It's okay, I will still accept you. Oh, you're disrespectful. Oh, you had a bunch of traumas in your childhood. Oh, it's okay, I will still love you. That is, this is not a charity thing where we just like give love to people who aren't our dream match, who are disrespectful. Like, this is not what dating is supposed to be. A charity where we just have pity with someone and stay with them because, oh, poor person. Or it also shouldn't be a situation where you settle, but deep down you don't want to be with this person. You're like tolerating them because you don't want to be alone, but deep down you just don't want them. Honestly, it's not healthy either, because especially if you're like me, this will come out. Like, this toleration and not being excited about who you're with is gonna come out through being triggered when you see other happy couples, through being passive aggressive. Love is fading. Like, imagine you're with someone that you don't really like, you don't really want to be with, but you're there because of comfort. Do you think your relationship is going to be good? There will be passive aggression. There will be kind of like subtle put downs or even active put downs. And even if it's not active, like the energy will be like, yeah. So you should not, I don't advise you, be with someone that you don't want to be with. Okay. But how can you now get your dream match? Okay, before we go into the how, I'd like to ask you, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, send it to anyone, any friend, girlfriend, um, that is like thinking about settling, okay? And if you desire more support on your journey, on your dating journey towards your perfect match, on your relationship, where you want your relationship to be fulfilling, loving, and happy, make sure to reach out for a free love audit call. I'll put the link in the description box or also in my bio. You can also send me an email with your information and details, and then we're gonna have one free love audit call where you can ask me anything. Okay, so now let's get to the how to actually find your perfect match. Okay, let's say you want someone successful and educated. Let's say you want someone who is handsome and good looking, or is a woman beautiful. Let's say you want someone who is respectful. Let's say you want someone who is supportive. And I'm gonna ask you one thing that might be triggering you. But I have to ask you this because this is the number one reason why you will find this person. Are you a match for it? Like a physical match and a energetic match for it. Let me give you an example. If you want to be with someone that is good looking, that is handsome or beautiful, okay? The energy behind it is proudness, being proud, being, proud, mostly proud, right? Like feeling confident and open. do you feel like that about yourself? You know? Like, do you feel like that about yourself and your body? You don't have to be a supermodel, but do you feel like you're proud? And I know a lot of the times it's not the case. Because we are seeking something that we don't have, but then we are not really a match for that. Okay? So if you want to be with someone who is very handsome or beautiful and good looking, before you feel entitled to that, look in the mirror. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking care of your health, your body? Do you go to the hairdresser regularly? And again, you don't have to be a supermodel, but some basic stuff needs to be done. Okay? Like if you're judging someone for being overweight, are you overweight yourself? If yes, how can you judge them? And how can you feel entitled to being with someone that is actually slim? And as I mentioned, a lot of people get triggered at this point because they just want me to swing my magics when and be like, here, without doing anything, you get to have a happy, fulfilling relationship and you get to have the best person even though it doesn't matter what you do. But this is unfortunately not how it works. Not as adults. That doesn't work like think about it. Think about your career. You know how much you worked for your career. Years of studying, years of working, sleepless nights, stress about exams, deadlines at work, business responsibility and challenges. How much did you do to be successful? And now suddenly in dating and relationship we just expect for it to be up here and make us happy. Okay? That doesn't work like that. Just like in a career, if you didn't study IT, you won't get an IT job because you don't have the expertise. If I didn't study and I studied for years how to be a good coach, how to be a good life coach, I wouldn't have clients that are with me for 3, 4, 5 years sometimes, that stay with me for many years, even beyond being engaged and married, that work on different topics. Okay? I have the skills for that. And also I'm a vibrational match, but you understand that in order to be a match to something and attract it, there is some work involved. Okay? So we discussed about the looks topic. Of course, you deserve someone who's good looking, but are you taking care of yourself? Take that in consideration as a woman and as a man. Now, status and money. And I know that men usually look less into status and money, but I also know that we are, as humans, usually attracted to smart people. Okay. I know that so many times I've personally got the feedback, even when I was just so much younger, that, oh, you're also book smart? You're also good in maths and physics and chemistry? You don't look like it. I'm like, yeah, thank you so much. But I can't have it all, I can also be smart and look good. So people gave me compliments for that. People are attracted to smartness as well, to success, to smartness. And so many times you want someone that is smart and successful. But are you reading books? Are you educated? Let me talk a little bit from the perspective of men. A lot of successful men that I've been talking to were literally telling me that I also want to be with a woman that I can have a smart conversation with. I want a partner. Okay, and smart, successful women do the same thing. I also want to be with a man that understands what I'm doing, that can have a difficult conversation, that is educated. Okay, so like, are you at the same level? And this doesn't always has to be same. Okay, it doesn't. Like, one person can look better than the other, one person can be more successful than the other. It's not like a competition in a sense. Okay, but it is something that I want you to look into, to not just be like, okay, I'm entitled to this, even though I don't take care of my looks, I don't read any books, like maybe I finished my degree and now I don't educate myself, I just watch TV the whole day. You know, like, we attract who we are. So who are you attracting now? And by the way, I also talked about this in another video, that sometimes women and men say, okay, I mean, I have all of these things. I am successful, I'm beautiful, I'm handsome, all of these things, but I still attract people who kind of like just like take advantage of me. They take advantage of my money, take advantage of my beauty. They don't really want to commit, they don't really want to have a relationship. So what's wrong with me? I have everything, right? I'm good looking and I'm smart. And that was me literally 10 years ago. I was like, what's wrong with me? I'm modeling. I have the best grades. I already have a business. Like, I'm already financially free. Literally after high school, I opened my business and got financially free. Like, I bring everything to the table. Is it true? Did I really bring everything to the table? That no one wanted to have a relationship with me, just wanted to use me for whatever I had? No, it wasn't. You know what was missing? Emotional connection, emotional mastery, and emotional boundaries. And I'm gonna tell you what exactly was missing in me. So, emotional connection. I was numb. I was very logical, but I was disconnected to my emotions. I didn't love myself, I couldn't love, and I couldn't receive love. And guess what? If you're disconnected to your emotions, there is no relationship. Not one where you are loved and someone else loves you. Like, a person who is available to love won't even be able to love you because you're just numb. Like, who loves a rock? A rock has no emotions, no life in it, nothing. No one loves rocks. Although, sometimes they're pretty to look at, but you get my point. We love humans, animals, babies. But like, who loves a rock? No one. I was like a rock. Emotionally, I was numb. So if you are numb emotionally as a woman and also as a man, but you have, like, those other things, like you're good looking, or you have money, or you you're very smart or whatever, and people are using you for your gifts, and you're like, oh, everybody's just using me. Everybody is. Ask yourself, do you have what it takes to have a real relationship? And a lot of times the answer is no, because we grow up in eventually even toxic families where there was nothing even close to love or security or open heartedness love showed us, or through all of the traumas or even hardship of life, through school, career, university, we just learned to be numb. Like, I remember when I was going to school, they told us, you're only an adult when you stop connecting to your emotions and reacting on it. Basically, numb, and just get the stuff done. And I was like, okay, I guess this is how I'm supposed to live. But then relationships were difficult, so again, if you want to be loved, Are you bringing also your emotional availability to the table? I also threw two other words inside here, and that was emotional maturity. Yeah, that means if you feel down, can you navigate your own emotions without acting out, without fight, flight, freeze? And I couldn't. I could not. I would get into overwhelm emotionally and would either freeze or flight. I would just like ghost people and run away if I would get triggered. Okay, so I also had to learn for many years how to navigate that, how to not run away when I'm triggered, how to not get into freeze, how to heal all my triggers so that I don't have so many of them. I'm just grounded, living my life. And if I get a trigger, how to not act on that. Imagine this was so important because if someone acts out, they are not ready for a relationship. And I was acting out. No one taught me how to regulate my nervous system, not act out. Like sometimes I got triggered on Christmas. I would go hide in my room under the blanket and not want to talk to anyone. I know that's weird, but this is who I was. So, and this is what I also learned in coaching, and this is a huge pillar that I am sharing with you in part of having healthy relationships. Okay, it's really important. Otherwise, healthy relationships aren't possible. And the last thing was boundaries, right? Emotional boundaries. I didn't have any boundaries. I was like, oh, the person behaves bad. Okay, whatever. Let me just allow them to treat me bad because I'm so used to it. I probably deserve it. Like I literally had this mindset. I know it's horrible. And then if I got too hurt, I would just explode like a crocodile, just being calm and then explode. So I had to learn to have boundaries and not explode at one person, either explode or completely ghost them, and be like, like when someone is like picking you, like, can you stop? And not like letting them pick you and hurt you even more until you just explode or completely run away from them. Like communication and boundary was so missing in me. Okay, and that's the last thing that you have to also bring to the table if you want a partner that truly loves you, that makes you feel loved, seen, heard, fulfilled, alive. If you want that, you can't be numb like a rock, and you can't be reactive like an animal into fight, flight, freeze. You get angry, you start yelling. You get angry or scared, you start running away. Relationships will not be sustainable if this happens, because if someone reacts like this with fight, flight, freeze, it usually damages this relationship. And if we damage someone, trust is gone, the relationship is gone. Okay, so let me recap for you. You absolutely don't need to settle, and you shouldn't be with someone that you're resentful about and like in your head being like, oh my god, just tolerate him or her, being like ashamed to show your friends, because by definition your resentment doesn't allow love and fulfillment. And honestly, no human deserves to be looked down at, but sometimes it's just not a good match for you. And you also shouldn't be a charity where you're like with someone because you just, oh, pity with them, oh, but they need support, oh, but they can't be alone. Like, cut this out. You're not a charity, okay? But then when you want to be with your dream person, oh, I think when you want to be with your dream person, you cannot just walk around and be entitled. Okay, you have to be a match for them, a match in looks, a match in success and money, a match in emotional maturity. And you also have to feel worthy of that. And then once you have all of these things, guess what? Just walking around and hoping to find someone who has tattooed my friend on their forehead won't happen either. You've got to get to know someone and build trust, build a relationship. You've got to know how to date so that the person wants to be around you. And obviously, as a man, you are going to be doing it differently than a woman. For my ladies, I have a course that's called How to Date a Millionaire. Basically, how to date a man. It's an A to Z how to date as a successful woman, successful man. And if you as a man are also interested in a course like that, please let me know in the comments so I can make a course how to date a woman for you. Okay? But yeah, as a man, you're gonna have to follow different strategies how to date. Being a little bit more leader, a little bit more initiative, especially if you want to be with a feminine but still successful woman. All right, so all of these things are very, very important. And then, I know these are many steps, but then having a dream relationship, finding your dream match is going to be so easy. You're going to find so many, choose one, and have a sustainable, happy relationship. So, if you desire more support on your journey towards your dream match, on your dating journey, how to attract your dream person, but also how to date them and how to create a relationship that's fulfilling, loving, stable, and that has longevity because you know how to handle conflicts and everything. So, if you want more support in that, reach out for a free love audit call. The link is in my description box or in my bio. Okay, and thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.